Good morning, everybody. Good morning, good morning. How are we all doing? Happy Friday. It is, let me just get the weather report. It is -2 here in my part of the UK, and we can expect a high of 6 degrees. Wow. I have to get out the sun cream. Right, okay, so we are back to working on our crocodile. I'm sort of trying to work from the top down now and see how far we get. Right, so I was working on that patch there, wasn't I? So let's do this bit here. I hope you're all having a good day, good start to your day, good end to your day, wherever you are in the world. Sort of marking in where we've got some of this dark stuff. A little bit of the green gold. Got something in my eye, hang on. You know, you can feel like there's a hair on your face, but there's nothing there when you try and pull it away. That's what I've got at the moment. It's really quite annoying. Sort of trying to just mark in where I can just see slightly darker patches than the rest of the little scale, well, big scale that we've got here. Need a grey. Which grey is going to be best? Probably warm grey 3, I think. And I also need it's just a hint of this green here. So I'm just going to lay that over the top. I think that green sort of goes really well against that sort of green gold colour that's going on. Adds to the swampy feel. Right, so I'm just looking at how it looks on screen because it looks slightly different to me. Nugget, Bistre. Where's my burnt umber? That's a bit darker. And then if I put in just a little bit of the black, just to sort of brings in that shadow. And then I just soften the edges. all about the layers. And I think if I get the dark sepia, just sort of add in some like squiggly marks, and it just sort of implies the sort of rough scaly nature that's on this big scale here. Possibly. Just a bit of a dark shadow here. Right, so I think we'll do this little bit here in between now. I need the warm grey too. Right. Hey Natalie, how are you? So I was away with my concentration then. How's work? Heading off to London to see a friend. Oh, excellent. Oh, I hope you have a fabulous day. I need the earth green. I haven't been to London for ages. Your contract ended, so you're taking a break and applying for new work. Oh, interesting. So, at a big changing point. Are you going to go for something similar, do you think? Or you're going to have a complete change? Sienna. No pressure can feel overwhelming at times. Yeah, exactly. I get you. Wanting to gain experience in schools to see if I'd want to become a teacher. Oh, right. Okay. Sort of primary or secondary? Being a teacher is... it can be very rewarding. It can be very, very rewarding. I mean, I can only speak from my own experience of being a teacher. I used to teach English to primary. Okay, so I used to teach English to kids who had failed English at secondary school, so at the sixth form colleges. That was for 16 plus. Those kids that had to resit their GCSE English, I would teach those kids. And I think I had 4 different classes, and 2 of those classes I really enjoyed because the kids in them, I just seemed to have got the right mix in them that they really, really wanted to learn. But then I had 2 classes where they really couldn't give a toss, and that really sort of played on my mental health, because I really struggled to reach them, and I tried every single trick, every single teacherly trick that I knew to sort of try and reach them. And I was offered a couple of English classes at another college, and at this other college they mixed teenage students with adult learners, and those classes were the best, because the kids wouldn't muck around with real adults in the class, because whether they felt outnumbered or what, or they felt like they couldn't, and so those were the best classes, because the people were there, especially the adults were there, because they really wanted to learn. They really wanted to pass their GCSEs because they wanted to go on and change careers or do something different, and those were the best GCSE classes that I got to teach. My husband Nick, he did teach primary, and he enjoyed it, but there was a lot of report writing. There's a lot of stuff, a lot of paperwork that you have to produce in case Ofsted wants to see it. So a lot of the time you feel like you're writing a lot of things, and it's like, well, who's going to see that? Why am I producing all this work? But please don't let me put you off or anything. Teaching is an amazing job, and it has its difficult times, obviously, like any job. But I think teaching primary is probably better than teaching secondary right now. The rewarding part is what draws me to it, the feeling that you're contributing to someone's life in a positive way. Yeah, absolutely. And everyone remembers their teachers, right? For good or for bad, everyone remembers their teachers, and you'll always be like a memory in someone's life. And I think when you get to see talent and you get to nurture a talent in someone, you can see that they really get that subject, whatever you're teaching, is amazing. Then there's the challenging part. That's what makes me think I really need to stop and consider if it's for me. Yeah. Yeah. I had this image in my head that teaching English was going to be so amazing, because I love English, I love reading and writing, as you know, and I love the English language, I love words, I love anything to do with that, and I can geek out about that for hours. And I thought that because I had that passion would show through, and the kids would see that I really cared about it, and they would then care about it. It didn't always work that way, because some kids just don't want to be in the classroom, and when you're battling that can be a little bit of an issue. But from what I remember Nick saying about teaching primary, he really did love it. He did love it. The support system amongst primary school teachers, because you're all teaching like different, one bit you're teaching a little bit of English, then you're doing a little bit of maths, then you're taking them outside for PE, then you're doing a little bit of art, and so you get to do all the different subjects and everything, and it's very creative, I think, in primary. I'd ideally want secondary, purely because those challenges are things I've struggled with and I feel strongly about. That's the difference I want to make. Okay, so what subject in secondary ideally do you think would be your bag? I remember being, when my kids were little, going into their infant and junior school and volunteering as a parent. And in the infant school, I helped, when my twinnies were there, I helped them put together the school productions for like the Christmas shows and the pantos and things like that, and it was such fun. It was such fun. I loved that bit. Putting kids together to do a school performance, like a play. We did Babushka was one that we did, and Becca had the starring role. She was Babushka, and I have such fond memories of that. And I was in school every day helping those kids rehearse and create sets and directing them, and sort of helping out the teacher with the direction and everything, and it was just brilliant. I have such fond memories of doing the school productions. They were great. If I could do linguistics or English language, but that's rare, I believe. Yes, or you could get in touch with. You could do English as a second language. You could do those and teach summer schools to get some experience. That's what I did initially, and that was good fun. You could teach adult learners and do the foundation levels. Yeah, you could do all of that. It's not as rare as you'd think. I frequently get emails from agencies that try and place teachers, and you literally just tell them what sort of things that you're looking for, and they're constantly emailing me saying we need someone to teach adult literacy level 1 or foundation English level 1, and I'm always saying no, I don't teach anymore, sorry. But they're always looking out for people just to sort of teach those sort of classes. I used to teach one class called Trinity Communications, and that was very much foundation. So this was pre-GCSE, so this was for adults or teenagers that really struggled with just the basics, understanding what a noun was, understanding the difference between, say, nouns and adjectives, how to actually construct a sentence, how to use punctuation, and it was really sort of going back to that sort of base level. And I really used to love teaching those classes. Yeah, that was really good fun. I would get them to construct sentences by making them create limericks and think about rhyme and how to make a sentence feel musical, and just I just remember lots of classes like that. We just used to have a lot of fun. It is a rewarding job if you can get into it, and you can deal with the more challenging members of the class. Then teaching is great. I couldn't. I really sort of struggled with that aspect, and that's eventually what ended it for me, because I would just get so stressed about having to go in, and knew that I was going to face these kids, and it literally, I couldn't do it after a while. But don't let my experience put you off, because I think Nick would have carried on teaching if he could. for a lot longer. The fun part of teaching, yeah. Need the brown, don't I? Okay. Next section. I think the most challenging part of teaching is, or one of the most challenging parts of teaching, is being observed by other teachers. I used to hate that. I used to absolutely hate that. I would get so nervous if, like, suddenly the head of the English department or the deputy head or whatever would come in, and I'm not talking about Ofsted observing you, I'm just talking about the other teachers that would come in. It was all part of the CPD, the continuing professional development, to sort of assess each other, see what you could learn from each other, see where you thought other teachers were going wrong, and then sort of feed that back to them and things like that. And I have like such bad imposter syndrome for anything that I do, that whenever I used to get observed, I used to think that they were sat at the back of the room going, oh my god, what the hell does she think we're doing? We need to get her out of here as fast as possible. And I really used to sort of hate that feeling of thinking, oh my god, I bet they think I'm doing everything wrong. And I never got that feedback, by the way. I always got told that I was doing a really good job, and I actually got one feedback that was classed as outstanding, and I was so thrilled with that. I was on such a high with that I was like, yes, I do know what I'm doing. And the imposter syndrome went away for about 10 minutes after I got that feedback, and then it came back in full force, because I was like, well, just because you did it in that lesson doesn't mean that you're going to do it in every lesson. But yeah, I just found that moment really, really hard. there's a performance element to being a teacher, I think, because you're literally stood up on a stage trying to get everyone to listen to you, to pay attention and to be absorbed in what you're saying. You've got to be an engaging character. Morning, Faisal. There used to be, back in the day, and I don't know if you can still find some of it on YouTube, you probably could, but there used to be a channel on the television called Teachers TV. And it was all about, how teachers worked, coming up with creative ideas to teach different subjects. And I used to watch that channel for hints and tips all the time. And it's a real shame that stopped, because it was such a good TV channel. But I'm sure if you went onto YouTube and typed in Teachers TV, you would get a lot of that stuff would probably come up, because most stuff's on there, isn't it? I think someone told you about that. Can't remember. Too many teaching combos. Yeah, you will have a lot of teaching combos if that's what you're going to go into. I'm so tired. I slept for 2 hours and 30 minutes on the plane and wasn't able to sleep after arriving home at 3 a.m. Oh my gosh. Hi Liz, how are you? How are you doing? I didn't get to play with you and Nick last night. I was just so tired. We saw you were playing though, saw you were in some unrated matches. Yeah, I'm good. I'm good. Good today. Where's my grade 2 gone? Got these bits here. Okay. Liz is the best gecko player I know. Okay. I've not actually tried playing gecko yet. I mean, I've got him. I own him as an agent, but I've got all of the agents, but I've never actually tried playing gecko. I ought to give him a few plays. We had some fun. It's good to hear. Love the drawing. Oh, thanks. Yeah. I had this, when I posted it on Insta yesterday, I just suddenly had this urge of, I wished I'd got like this massive piece of paper, like a life-size piece of paper to draw the crocodile on, because I'm enjoying doing this crocodile so much, even though it's quite detailed and I'm sort of trying to go scale by scale, that I just had this sudden desire to want to draw the whole thing. But obviously my paper ends here, so there's no way I'm going to get it on. But yeah, I just think it would be really cool. I've had such fun doing this crocodile. I'm kind of thinking maybe reptiles is where I'm at. But you hate the new train tickets. Why? I don't go on trains often enough to worry about the train tickets. Why? What's wrong with them? You just love him because of his pets. Yeah. They're barcoded, like a QR code you can scan. Oh, I don't understand why they keep changing them. Is weird. So, big question is then, guys, who's going to Rotterdam? Who's going to Rotterdam for TwitchCon in the EU? Anybody? Unfortunately, even though we said we were going to go, it's we're on holiday. We've already booked our holiday, and we will be away somewhere else. So but James says he's going, so So if anyone wants to meet James, James is going to be at Rotterdam. Oh, Faisal, thanks for gifting Liz a subscription. Appreciate that. Thank you very much. Welcome, Liz. You like the little orange ones. Okay. You might consider it. Okay. I had a look at the travelling times from where we are to get to Rotterdam, and if you went by car, because I was looking for James, if you went by car, it said it would be 6.5 hours, and I'm thinking, yeah, that's a very optimistic time. I'm sure you're not taking into account delays, traffic, the crossing from England over to France and all the delays therein, but they reckon 6.5 hours, which I really don't believe. They said to go on the train would be 14 hours, which sounded a bit more realistic for the travelling. But I think James said that he's going to get a flight. He says he's found some flights that he'll be able to fly over there for like 100 quid or something. So I think that's what he's doing. Oh, please be a cup of tea, please be a cup of tea, please be a cup of tea. Oh, it is. Oh, thank you. Thanks, Nick. I was just thinking about a drink. Nick says hi.
Hello. Bye.
I've got Liz on here, who you were playing with last night. How did you get on last night, actually? Oh, okay. I take it you lost, did you?
I was very good.
Oh, okay. So come on then, what happened last night? He's gone already. But he brought me my tea. He's brought me my Alien v Predator mug, which is my favourite mug. So I take it the games last night did not go very well. I went to bed. But as I was lying in bed, I could hear him downstairs going, "Oh no! Oh no!" So I don't know what happened. You did good. Oh, okay. It's kind of funny. We have so changed because, like, a few years ago, when Nick and I were not gaming, the kids would all go off into their various rooms and they'd be on their games and you'd hear them yelling and an occasional swear word, and we'd be like, oh my god, listen to the noise they're making. Do they really have to make that noise? And now Nick and I are back gaming, and so Becca will say that she will sit in her room and she'll be like, oh my god, you and Dad are making so much noise yelling about your game and swearing and stuff, and it's like, yeah, okay, yeah, we're back gaming. I played a couple of spike rushes and swift plays last night, and my very first, I'd not played for like a week, and then I played last night, and my very first game in a spike rush I got match MVP, and I was so thrilled. I only got 9 kills, but I was like so thrilled. I was like, yeah, go me. Oh, I'm on it tonight. Yeah, I'm gaming tonight. And then, like, the very next game, people were prattling about and, like, knew each other, so they weren't killing each other. They would just sort of, dance around each other and, hey, look at my gun. Hey, look at, all that sort of stuff. And so there was a lot of prattling about, and didn't enjoy it, but yeah, see you later, Natalie. Have a lovely day in London with your friend. Stay safe. I hope you have a lovely day. But yeah, it was good to be playing again last night because I needed it. I just needed it. I'd had such a stressful couple of days, and I've been working so hard on like my writing and everything, and obviously with that big balls up that happened the other day, that I just needed something to sort of just let off steam. And so I said to Nick, I said, okay, I said, I'll go upstairs and I'll play a few games with you and we'll see how that goes. Right, okay, so this bit here and this bit here is these two. So that is, this one has quite a large dark mark on it, okay. This one sort of curls round with its dark mark. And up this side too. But sometimes you just need to blow off a little bit of steam, don't you? It's just, you just need it. Even though I was beating myself up about doing it because I was like, you should be working. You should be working. If you're going to be sat at your computer, you really ought to be writing, not playing games. But nope. Silence that voice with my 9 kills. Morning, Jamie. You're here. You're here. Congratulations on doing all your writing. I'm so proud. You must be so chuffed. I take it your new laptop has arrived then and everything is going really well. Need to keep slurping my tea while it's hot. Sorry, guys. Right. I failed miserably at connections this morning, by the way. Absolutely miserably. I'd kind of worked out what 3 of the categories were, and I would get 3 out of 4 and could never quite get the 4th, and so of course I lost all my lives. So good luck to everyone who tries that today. Thank you, I'm happy I finished it. Just need to redo the spelling mistakes and worry about if it's actually good till I miss the deadline. Okay, but you did it. And I think that's so amazing. So you keep at it, you do that spell check. You check those jokes and you send it in, you submit. I was going to enter a short story competition, but until I had this obvious balls up with my writing this week, I now no longer have the time to write a short story. So yeah, so I'm not going to do it. But it was a short story competition, and they gave you a prompt, and it was a horror story. It had to be horror genre, and the prompt was Bloody Valentine. And I had this idea in my head of what it was going to be, and I was going to write it, but I literally do not have the time. So I'm not entering that. Flame Tree Publishing. If you sign up to their newsletter, they always do a writing competition every month, and it's on all different genres. So sometimes it could be sci-fi, sometimes it could be fantasy, sometimes it can be crime. This time it was horror, and you get 1,000 words. They will give you the theme, a title, or a rough title, what you can base it on, and the genre that it needs to be in. And if they pick you, they will pay you for that work. And I think you get like £75, something like that, because I won it once with a horror story, and you actually get paid. And there's not very many places where you actually will get paid for, short stories in the newsletter. So if anyone ever wants to do that, so I'll give you a little heads up. tree? No, that one is. Right, okay. That is more. More brown than the others. Bit weird. I just wanted to go and do up to the edge. How's Mango? Yeah, she's okay. She's okay. She seems to be doing all right. Though she's got into a new habit now of she might be a little bit sick in the night. Not very often. But normally as soon as you get up in the morning and go downstairs, and the dogs rush to the back door because obviously they want to go outside to go to toilet. And Mango will rush straight outside, wolf down a whole load of grass, throw it up, and then come in and eat her breakfast. So she does that in the morning. So yeah, it's a bit weird, but at this point I just feel she's just trying to keep us on our toes now. At the minute we're more worried about our cat Magic, who, she's an old girl. She's a very old girl. She's like 18. She'll be 19 this year. And we know that she's got bad teeth. She needs to have a dental because she's got like an abscess or something that they spotted. But she's too old to have a general anaesthetic to have a dental done. So she can't eat anything that requires her to chew. And so she isn't eating very much. And she's getting thinner and thinner and thinner. And it's just, you know, she might have years left. Who knows? But we don't want her to starve to death. So we've been giving her lots of cat milk. You can get these things called Licky Licks, which is basically like meat paste, but very smooth, almost like a yogurt texture to it, so that she can lick something and actually get some food into her so she doesn't have to chew. And we were doing all right with that for a while, but now she's also started just to get, like, you know, she every now and again she gets a lump and it causes her pain, and you know, you physically hear her yelp when she sort of goes, ah, sort of this pain in her mouth, poor little thing. So we contacted the vets yesterday and said, look, this is the situation. The painkiller that we have for Mango that she no longer uses, we know is a general painkiller for all animals. Could you just tell us what dose we need to give her that we can put in her cat milk or put in her Licky Lick so that it takes away the pain in her mouth so that she is able to eat? So yeah, so we're doing that at the moment. So we knew we had a blender somewhere, so we pulled our blender out, which we never really used to use. And what we're going to do with her cat food, because we buy these ones that are called cat soups, so it's mainly liquid with just occasional lumps of meat in it. So we're going to get a load of those, whiz it up in a blender, which sounds lovely to the rest of us, but you know, it's what you have to do. And so it's literally all liquid, but she's still getting the nutrients that she needs to be able to feed and keep up her weight. She's only a little slight cat anyway. She's only like 4 kilos to begin with, but I would say she has gone down to maybe half that. She is tiny, and she is so skinny. I mean, old cats get skinny anyway and lose a lot of muscle mass and things, and that's what's happened to Magic. But we don't want her to starve to death, because that's not very nice. And she doesn't seem to have anything else wrong with her. She doesn't seem to have arthritis. She doesn't seem to have any liver or kidney problems. She doesn't have a heart murmur. You know, everything seems well with her. Just this eating problem that she has. So the vets gave us the dosage for her, and we're going to start her on that this morning to try and get her to eat. Bless her. So I'm hoping that that works. Morning, Artsman. How goes it? Yeah, not too bad, not too bad. How's everything with you? I just feel like this needs a bit more brown in it. I don't know why, it just doesn't look right to me. Might look better when the light is off it from overhead. Actually, let me just have a look because sometimes it's hard to tell. No, that's fine. It just looks, under the lights, it looks a little bit washed out sometimes, and I'm like, does that need more? And then I have to remember it's under the light and it looks completely different when you remove it from under that. Sometimes I want to correct and correct and correct, and it's like, no. Stand back, woman. Stop adding bits. You don't need to keep adding bits. Step away from the pencils. You've just got up. But yeah, it's I think 5 hours. It's like what, 5:45 over where you are in the morning. You get amazed every time you see this. Oh, thanks. I was saying earlier that I posted this on I posted it on Instagram yesterday, and I looked at it and I was like, do you know what? I really wished I could have drawn the whole crocodile. That if I had like a massive piece of paper, so I could have drawn a life-sized crocodile, I think that would have been so much fun. Because I've really enjoyed doing this. I'm really enjoying doing this. And it's just like, I did not think that it would come out this well. Because, you know, as I mentioned before, imposter syndrome is strong in this one. And sometimes I look at a drawing and I think, yeah, I'll give that a crack, you know. I'll give that a go. I don't know how it's going to come out. And I wasn't sure how this was going to come out. And yeah, but I'm really, really, really enjoying it. I really, really like it. And I'm just like, you know what? I wish now that I'd put it on a big piece of paper so I could have drawn the whole thing, because I just think that would have been an amazing piece of art. But I have nowhere to store something like that. I have no place to, you know, I don't have a studio, so I don't have a place that I could keep that, and it would be out of the way of the animals or the kids or Nick. So never mind, it is what it is. Small piece now, small piece. There's a heck lot of creases here. Be right back. So for anyone who will be around, I will be back tomorrow to do a writing stream sometime around midday, 12, 1, 2. I'm not too sure. It depends whenever I get finished doing whatever I'm doing before, but it'll be that sort of time, sort of midday, early afternoon. In my quest to play catch up, I'm now trying to do 2,000 words per day, so that's what I'll be doing. I worked out that if I do 2,000 words a day until the 26th of January, then I would have naturally caught up to if I'd have still been doing my 1,000 words a day. Oh God, Jamie. Steve Owen wrestling a croc? Oh my God, but now you're going to see how crap my crocodiles are when I'm not. Ah, mate, what a beauty. There's my penguin mariachi band that I was made to draw yesterday. I mean, I know what Steve Owen looks like, but I can't draw people well, and I just don't know where to start with this, Jamie. How dare you? How dare you? Oh my God. This is going to be like a standard clip art, basic, crap drawing. Right, okay. Not that clip art is crap, but you know what I mean. Let's do like a little snout. I've got to give them some teeth. And then let's have it, you know, because if he's being wrestled, I would imagine it's not very happy about it. This is not happy, Croc. This is so bad. Oh my God, Jamie, why are you making me do this? What does his feet look like? I don't have feet on here. Like claws, I would imagine. Little pudgy feet. Right, and then we're going to have Steve. God. Oh dear, let's have like... Oh dear. He's got scruffy hair, hasn't he? So his hair's always all over the place. This is so bad. Oh my God. Oh my God. This is so bad. This looks like he's doing something really bad. Oh dear. collar. He's got a really fat arm. It looks like he's got a really like disabled arm. Do not like the proportions on that arm at all. I was trying to give him muscles and then it did not work out. Let's give him a watch. I think he wore a watch, didn't he? God, what does the back of their leg look like? Something like that. There, you beauty. Oh my god, that is so bad. That looks nothing like it. But that will have to do. He's going to go for the death roll. Yeah, absolutely. I don't know what the croc is thinking that he's doing at this moment. But, yeah. Oh, mate, you're a little beauty. I used to love watching Crocodile Hunter. I used to think, you know, I think we used to watch that all the time. It was so sad when he died. A little to the left. What's a little to the left? What was I doing? Oh yeah, I need to move my picture down. That's what I was doing. Croc was getting a massage. Oh right, oh a little to the left. Yeah. Yeah, just there, just there. I mean, that was a guy that enjoyed his job, wasn't he? I mean, you could tell just by watching his shows that he loved nature and, well, I mean, obviously he loved his crocs, but he loved all the animals that he had there, and it was just, I think, because in England we grew up watching, like, you know, David Attenborough and David Bellamy, and they were very sort of state and very British and all that sort of stuff. Hi Double Danger Dad, hello, welcome to the chat, welcome to the channel. I think I saw you, yes, I saw you yesterday on Star Freckles. Is that where you've come from? Hello, hello, and welcome. Yeah, so we grew up with like David Attenborough and David Bellamy and and stuff. And so when Steve Irwin came on the scene, and he was this really sort of, you know, full of energy, engaging, passionate guy that was doing all this weird, crazy stuff with crocodiles, everyone was just like gobsmacked. And it was, yeah. He did some really good shows, and we miss him greatly. DDD is good people. I'm very pleased to hear DDD is good people. We're all good people here. I'm glad you could make it. I'm glad you could make it. Go with bad boy. Right, okay. Whatever works, whatever works. Right. It's just hard to know how much shading to sort of put in on this edge piece, because I don't want it to be such a, like a solid line of, oh, this is where it ends. I just kind of want it to sort of fade in, or fade out rather, I should say. Needs to have some texture, but just needs a little lifting. I think now we have like Steve Backshall and obviously there's Steve's son. Is it Bobby? Is it Bobby? And there's Bindi. But it's not quite the same. It's not quite the same. What you gonna do when they come for you? I started watching Aliens again. Yes! What do you mean it's looking a bit dated? I will hear no criticism of Aliens. But no, I know what you mean. When you first watch it, you think, everything is perfect. But now, because technology has moved on so well, that obviously some of the green screen stuff and the spaceships, when it's sort of going down into orbit, it very much looks like, it's on a stick or something. But yeah, the space stuff, I think the actual the creatures, the xenomorphs, they hold up, and the battle scenes, that all of that holds up, and all the stuff inside the space station on LV-426. Oh no, that's the wrong colour. Hang on. I need... I saw an interview this morning with Ron, the guy who played Hellboy, Ron Perlman, and the set design in the Alien movies are amazing. They are, yeah, absolutely. And there's in Alien Resurrection, which is technically Alien 4, when Ripley is she's been brought back through her DNA, and she's obviously mixed up with xenomorphs, so she's got some of their abilities, shall we say. There's a scene at the beginning where Ron Perlman and his crew first come to this space station, and Ripley gets into a little bit of a standoff with Ron Perlman, and she's got a basketball, and as she walks away, she does this backward throw, and the basketball goes in the net behind her. And I always wondered if that was because the ball goes out of shot and then comes down in the net. I wonder if that was just a little bit of, someone in the background just sort of dropping it in the net to make it look like it was a shot. And I saw an interview with him today, and he was talking about that she'd been training for a month to do that scene, and in the entire month she'd never made the shot, missed it, so they weren't expecting miracles. And on the actual first take that they did of that scene, as she walked off, she threw the ball, it went in, and then he was like, because he was so shocked, he was like, yes, oh my god, you did it. And they were like, no, you've just ruined the shot. So they actually cut that scene so that he's taken out of that, so you don't see his reaction, but that is actually her first take, where she gets the basketball in the net in the one shot, and they cut it carefully so that you don't actually get his reaction in it, and they cut it down to a very fine moment, which I thought was really good. What did I think of Starship Troopers? Loved Starship Troopers. I loved that. Yeah, I really like that. Love the battle scene. Yes, we're very cultured here. Very, very cultured. If it's geeky or nerdy, science fiction, horror, anything like that, this is our jam. Okay. This is very much our jam. But Starship Troopers I really loved. I like the creatures and the range of creatures that was in there. I like the whole psi stuff. You know, the ones that could read minds. That I think they called them like psi, like PSY people. I liked the spaceships. I just liked that. I could imagine a culture like that, unfortunately. But yeah, love Starship Troopers. Didn't like the subsequent ones, but I liked the first one. The Brain Bug and the Bug Planet, yeah, absolutely. What was it called? What was the name of the Bug Planet? I have to go to Google. I know it had a name. Bug Planet in Starship Troopers. Clendathu, that was it. I knew it was some sort of weird name. The Clendathu system, yeah. That was a really good movie. I got Nick to watch Morbius last night. He got about halfway through, and then of course we had to play Valorant. Yeah, the rest were horrid. Yeah, it's like they ruined it with the rest of them. They should have just stuck with the first one, left it at that. But I like the way that film was sort of presented, sort of like, you know, with all the news clips and the way like the news is told. Like, you too can be a citizen, fight for your planet. Even though most of the citizens were, you know, literally like, if you went into the infantry, you pretty much knew that you were going to die. Verhoeven made amazing movies. Yeah, RoboCop still easily in my top 3. Yeah, RoboCop was awesome. I loved the original RoboCop with Pete. Is it Pete Weller? Love that movie. You're coming with me. Yeah, Peter Weller, yeah. And what was the other robot in the thing with 2 legs? With the big sort of like turret on the top. What was that? back to my old friend Google. Robocop. What's it called? Plot. Ed 209. Yes, I knew it was something. Ed 209. I really like that, and I think the president of that company, of like the Ed 209 company, the guy who plays the president of that company, is such a good actor at playing a bad guy. Ed 209, the animated in with stop motion. Alright, OCP, yes! You have 20 seconds to comply. Oh, that was just great. And then like those submachine guns would just go and that was it. You were just like a pile of red mush on the floor. Yeah. Love that. I like that scene where the Ed 209 is sort of like at the top of the stairs. And you can see it trying to work out the stairs, and it sort of puts its foot forward, and it's like its little toes just sort of go sort of trying to work out how to do the stairs. I think that was funny. They must have assembled it up in the office. Yeah, yeah, like flat pack furniture from IKEA. They had to have assembled Ed up in the tower. What other sort of movies did I like? Did anyone ever see Bright? Will Smith, where they have the orcs and stuff. That was a good movie. I like that one. I'm gonna look for a bit and then I'm out for the day. It was super pleasant to be here. Hope to see you all next week. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Thank you for popping over and look forward to seeing you again. Take care. Also that croc. Thanks. Thanks. I love my croc. I love my little croc. Right. Okay. Right, these are mainly green. One more big sort of scale here. Not Walnut Brown, Burnt Umber, which is that one? Oh, I need to stretch. Yeah, see you later, Artsman. Thanks for popping over. Have a good weekend, and I'll see you next week. Oh, my goodness. Oh, dearie me. I did yoga for the first time yesterday, where I was just sort of stretching out because I didn't want to put myself through a workout. And oh my god, you really feel the benefit just from sort of stretching. Right, there's a lot of dark, sort of murky bits here. So has anybody got any really good weekend plans, or weekend plans in general? I am just going to be working. I've got a lot of writing to catch up on, so I am literally just going to be working at the writing, to be honest. Relaxing and playing with Valo. Oh, how I envy you. I will try and get on in the evenings if I can, but sometimes if the writing hasn't gone very well and I've been stuck at my computer desk for hours, the last thing I want to do is sit at my computer desk to, even if it is playing games, sometimes it's just like, oh, do you know what, I just need to not be at my desk. But for those who weren't around to hear it, I had written 11,000 words of my next story, only to be told by my editor that I had to scrap it and start again. And so, because I have a deadline at the end of February that I really need to play catch up, so I'm having to do 2,000 words every single day to sort of do catch up so I can get the book done in time. And it's so hard because I just feel like, but I've written 11,000 words of it, and I've literally had to push that to one side and start again. So a couple of the things I feel like, as I'm raising them in the news story, that maybe I've already used them slightly before, so they feel familiar, and I have to keep reminding myself, what does the reader know and what doesn't the reader know, because I feel like I've already said it. And it's like, no, because you've started from the beginning again. So it's just, yeah, it's hard. It is soul crushing to throw away 11,000 words, because that's 11 days worth of work. 11 days of having tore my hair out to do those 11,000 words, and then it's like, well, actually all that work that you just did was for nothing, so start again, please. It's just like, ah. So I'm playing catch up with my words. But yeah, we will get there. What was wrong with it? I had made a start on a story without the story idea having been fully approved by my editor, but because I'd not heard from my editor and time was running out, I thought, well, I better make a start. And all my previous ideas that I'd sent in before of my last few books, I'd always been given just the thumbs up, sort of, yeah, go ahead with it. So I assumed that is what would happen with this one. I assumed I made a mistake, and so started writing it, assuming that my editor would say, yes, it's great, that's fine. But because they release 6 medical books every month, obviously when authors send in ideas, sometimes those ideas might be similar. And so sometimes they will say, we've already accepted a story in that sort of vein. Could you change it? Blah, blah, blah. But on this particular occasion, it was because I had my heroine, my main heroine, working as a nanny to the hero and living in his house, because I was thinking the whole forced proximity thing would work well. And they said, no, I could not have that. I needed to have the heroine work in the hero's clinic and not have them living together. So the whole 11,000 words I'd written of them living together had to be thrown away, and I had to start again and change her career, change where she was living, change everything, change all the interactions that she had with his daughter, who she was looking after. And it was, so I can't rescue any of it because she is different, the situation is different, the setting is different. So I had to start again from the very beginning. And that was devastating. Devastating, soul crushing. I came this close to crying because I was just like, oh my God, I can't believe I've got to lose 11 days worth of work and just throw it away because I can't use it at all. You hate it when you misuse your heroin. Yeah, I know. It's just, it's such a waste, and you don't want to waste that, right? So, yeah. So to catch up, so I can get back to my deadline, I'm having to write 2,000 words a day instead of 1,000 words a day, and it takes a long time. So tomorrow, when I do my writing stream, I will be aiming for 2,000 words instead of 1,000. But it's just, I just really had this really bad sort of hair pulling, teeth gnashing, oh my God, what am I going to do sort of moment on Wednesday or Thursday, whenever they told me. And I mean, it kind of wasn't my fault. I mean, it kind of was, because I made a start without getting full approval for the story, but also wasn't my fault because I'd heard nothing from my editor. And it was like, I have a deadline for the end of February, and you want me to get a book written by the end of February, and you still have not told me whether my story's okay. I need to make a start, or I'm never going to get it finished in time. And then, of course, that happened, and yeah, so boo-hoo. Boo-hoo. So I did 2,000 words yesterday, and I did 2,000 words the day before, so I'm up to 4,000. I'll do another 2 today, I'll do another 2 tomorrow, and I'll keep doing 2,000 words a day until I get to the 26th of January, and then I will have caught up, and then I can drop back to my 1,000 words a day for me to get the story done in time. So yeah, you got this. Thank you. I don't feel like I've got this, but yeah, I mean, thank you all the same. I appreciate your confidence in me. I'm not sure I have the confidence in me, but yeah, I keep sort of looking at my award on my desk and keep sort of telling myself, I know what I'm doing. I've finished many books before, and you've lost 20,000 words before, so this is only half of that, so you'll be okay. But it's still devastating. It'll be like me taking away all that you have written, Jamie, and saying, no, sorry, that's not going to fit. Could you write something else and get it done by the deadline? Start again. That'd be like me doing that to you. So you'd be like, what? What? Are you sure? Are you sure I can't rescue this? But anyway, right. On that cheery note, I'm going to end it here today, chat. It is 11:30. Yeah, I'd give up, but you are better than me. I'm not. I am so not. You are down in the writing trenches, same as me. We both know what that's like. And yeah, I wanted to give up. Let me tell you, I wanted to give up. Thursday, I said to Nick, is there any way I can buy myself out of this contract? I do not want to carry on with this contract. I do not want to be a writer anymore. Maybe I should just go out and get a part-time job instead, and actually go out to work and stuff. I was just like, no, I can't do this. So I had one of those moments, but yeah, we'll get there. But anyway, so yes, thank you for joining me today, guys. I appreciate your company as always. We've just got this little bit to do, but I would imagine that's still going to take us quite a few more days. But our crocodile is coming along, and I love him, and I'm assuming it's a him. I have no idea, but let's just assume that it is a him. And yeah, have a great weekend, guys. For those of you who do want to join me for a writing stream, I will be around sometime around midday tomorrow. If not, I will see you on Monday as always. So have a fabulous weekend. Look after yourselves. Do something nice. Treat yourself. And I will see you when I see you. So take care, guys. Bye.